Hello and welcome to the Reflexes and Synapses revision video from scienceworksheets.co.uk. Please like, subscribe and comment to support the channel. A reflex action is a rapid automatic response to a stimulus. It does not involve the conscious part of the brain. Reflexes are most commonly processed in the spinal cord. A reflex action will help to protect us from danger. Examples of reflexes include pulling your hand away from a hot object or the knee-jerk reflex. The reflex arc is the pathway of neurons that the impulse travels along. This is the reflex arc, the stimulus, which is a change in the surroundings, in this case a candle, and there will be pain receptors or temperature receptors in the skin that will detect the heat of the candle, and then an impulse will travel along a sensory neuron. As the impulse passes along the sensory neuron, it will then transfer onto a relay neuron within the spinal cord, and then the impulse will transfer onto a motor neuron. From the motor neuron, the impulse will travel to an effector, in this case it's the arm muscle, and the muscle will contract, which will pull the arm away from the candle, and this will be the response. A synapse is the gap between two neurons. A synapse occurs between a sensory and a relay neuron, a sensory and a motor neuron, a relay and a motor neuron, and it is where a signal is passed from one neuron to another. How a synapse works: an electrical impulse arrives at the end of a neuron. This causes chemicals or neurotransmitters to be released into the gap. The neurotransmitters will then diffuse across the synaptic gap. The neurotransmitter binds to receptors on the next neuron, and this will trigger a new electrical impulse in the next neuron. Synapses are important because they make transmission one way. This is because the neurotransmitter chemical is produced in the first neuron and the receptors are on the second neuron. It will also allow for control of responses, and it can cause a slight delay to a response. This helps prevent overreaction. And synapses are often involved in reflexes and brain processing. Synapses in reflex. So in a reflex arc, the synapses occur between a sensory neuron to a relay neuron, between a relay neuron and a motor neuron, and these synapses are usually in the spinal cord. Thank you for watching. See our revision notes, the link is in the description.